This week inside of Diablo Immortal has been a lot about the incoming updates, but of course there was more that went on. Make sure that you check out everything that you may have missed from this week inside of this video because it's a recap of all of it. Have a great day, guys. Just a few weeks ago, AFK farming took a massive hit inside of Diablo Immortal because Blizzard implemented a mechanic that will bring up poison from the ground if you're inactive for too long at a certain spot inside of the game. So I figured I'd come on over here to the Southern Dreadlands and take a look at what's going on. And I have to report, it's actually a little bit more busy here now than it has been in other visits. I've come here many a mornings to check it out, and there have been absolutely no people at all. Right now, I have one dead player, one AFK player, and one other one, and then we got someone running around. So what this actually turns into is, if AFK farming is, I don't want to say dead, because it's definitely not dead, but if it's nerfed the way that it has been, it actually makes this Southern Dreadlands zone a great zone to circle farm in because of the spawn rates. So if you're someone that is not an AFK farmer and you want to get up with a bunch of your buddies and come on over here and just kind of run around this area and farm the heck out of it, this is a good opportunity right now because this is probably one of the best zones inside of the game. I also do like the library for doing the same type of mechanic as well, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick look as to what AFK farming looked at least right now in our server. Still hanging on by a thread, but definitely not thriving. Now with the Wicked Hunt going on and the Fractured Plane in its final day and me having no points within the Fractured Plane, I actually want to dive in and do some of it, and I think that it's all Blood Knight focused. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, guys. We're going to have a little bit more of a casual approach to the day and participate in a game mode that I think is pretty freaking good. It's taken me to Survivor's Bane, but right next door is the Fractured Plane, which is where we're actually going. And let's take a look at what this is right here. Yeah, we are looking at the active class is the Blood Knight. The Blood Knight. Funny how it's not all over on the screen right there. Before I get into this, actually, you know what? We'll have some discussions. There's a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about regarding the game and me in general, and I'll give you some life updates regarding the damage in the house and the puppy while we're inside of the Fractured Plane. So yeah, this should be fun. So I've been playing as the Wizard now for quite a few months after we did our class auction. Absolutely love the Wizard, and I'll tell you what, man, I haven't played the Blood Knight in forever. Since the Blood Knight launch, it's been over a year, so who knows? Maybe this could be something that inspires me to do more Blood Knight. That could actually be pretty cool. What do we want to grab here? Evasion, primary attacks, an ultimate, let's, during the ultimate, hitting an enemy. Let's go with this one right here. Already buffing ourselves up from the start. Now this is going to feel very strange because I'm using a class that I'm not familiar with or haven't played in forever. So let's see how we do here. Definitely got to get some essences going here. Oh man. Got ourselves a shield. In the beginning rounds, these things are always so slow. But that's okay. Maybe I should just use my primary attack. I feel like it'll be stronger than my skills. What do we have here? We're just going to take, right off the bat, I'm going to take the coins. Try and get myself up to level. And look at this. We're going to the next level already. I do have the controller as well as you just saw. Maybe I'll plug that in. Maybe I won't. Let's see. Do we have anything right here? Let's just go ahead with the Shard of Fortune upgrade. We're going to go with another upgrade. And we're going to go 3 upgrades on the Shards of Fortune, taking me up to level 4. We're good on health. We don't have to worry about anything there. Let's see how we do here if I just use primary attack. Primary attack seems to work pretty freaking good, too. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, now, what the heck was that? What the heck was that we were seeing? Uh-oh, I'm frozen. Oh, these guys are hell. Yeah, they like to freeze you. So we got to run out of the way of that. I think the trick here is just holding down primary attack and continuously hitting them with skills as well. There we go. That worked out well. Spear Fury now is a forward dash and damages all enemies. Let's just keep getting coins. Actually, let's go here. Let's go with a weapon. We're gonna get a little bit of a weapon, a little bonus. We got plenty of chaos coins. I don't think there's a ton of people. I know there are some, but I don't think there's a ton of people that are maining this class right now. Some. There we go. I think a lot of this is just got to use that primary attack. A little bit of Pole Fury in there as well. A little bit of a dash. Okay, that worked out fairly well, except for my health isn't looking so good. Umbral Lance now causes Shadow Spears. Is this something... This is... offhand? And what am I wearing? I have a main hand on, right? Yeah, I have a main hand. We're going to grab that. We'll use this. It's been a while since we've done just like a... Oh, there's some coins over here. Just a casual playthrough video, man. As far as the dog goes... Dog is sleeping right there. Pretty calm puppy, man. It's been over a week and he's still a calm dude. So I think I got myself a little bit lucky with this dog. Oh, I can't get any upgrades there. And as far as the house goes, all the damage has been fixed. Everything is good. Except for when they painted, I gave them the wrong color. So I now have to like repaint it myself and fix it up. Oh, we're getting hit. We're getting hurt. Move. Oh, come on. That's nice. Does that heal me up when I get that thing on there? I think it does. You would think the Blood Knight would be a good class for this, because of the healing it has. This LaSalle keeps coming up. Alright, there we go. We got out of that one. We'll equip a charm. Beautiful. This guy going after me still? And the altar. What are our choices here? Primary attack damage is increased. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the primary attack damage. I like that. Alright, let's see if we can get any more upgrades while we're here. And check this chest piece out. Vein Seeker plus Endure. Heal for 1% of your maximum life by defeating an enemy. I like this. Let's go and grab that. We're going to throw that on. So we just got another level too? Wait a second. Where's that? Where is that piece of gear? Did it not equip on me? What am I confused about here? My God, I actually bought the Shard of Fortune, not the Vein Seeker. I was selected on the wrong thing. All right, well, we don't have enough coins there either, so we have to go in and try to not die. This could be difficult. Just got to keep on moving. Let everything drop from above. Do that damage. Shielding's decent. Blood Knight's kind of fun. Blood Knight's kind of fun. Let's be honest here. What is this? Oh, that's just my path through. Beautiful. Spear Fury now causes you to run forward, or Final Strike. Let's go with a pair of pants. Let's throw these bad boys on. Give ourselves a little bit more power. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in there. Wow, level cleared, huh? Although these things could all hurt me. There we go. Now we're safe. Get our charm up. Nice. Ooh, what are these shoulders? Skill range increased. Cooldown reduced. Umbral Lance cooldown reduced. I like a 4-star shoulder. This is the one healing you though. I'm gonna go with the shoulders just because they are stronger. So we're wearing everything but our uppers, our head and our chest not yet equipped. Let's see if we can purchase anything over here. Definitely need to get myself some healing though. We got ourselves to the level 6. Let's get that healing. And we can't get any upgrades or anything there. So we are just going to keep on moving on. I could heal again, but I'm going to go against it. I'm going to go against the second heal. Monsters may have elite ability. Great. Here we go. I feel like I'm doing less damage here. Oh, that worked out. That worked out nice, actually. Good clear. Let me know if you guys did Fractured Plane yourself or if you're still sitting on it. Dash cooldowns reduced. Monsters have a 50% chance to... Good, that's good. I can get them to do more damage themselves. We're going with the helmet right now. Now only missing a chest plate, which is actually quite nice. We typically... we sometimes just don't get to fill up on all of our stuff. Still sitting on an ultimate as well, which I'll use on when we get to a boss. And, ooh, Umbral Lance. Now, let's go with that. Do we have 2? No, we have 1. Cool. And this one we took off, which is absolutely fine. Because it's the lower level. We will have that one be taken apart. Why is it giving me the upgrade sound every time I come in here? What do we have? Let's get an upgrade on the Winds of Fortune right here. Boom, up to level 7. Continuing through. Boss time. Ooh, look at the... Jeez, his ultimate's pretty cool. I'm just sitting here tanking damage, though, and not tanking it very well. But it's okay. There we go, baby. That worked out pretty nice, actually. Should save the ultimates a little bit longer for other enemies. Gain 1,000 wins for movement speed. Yeah, let's go here. Let's go 1,000 wins. Room cleared. To the next. So the only options I have here are shard or these, which would be nice upgrades, but I don't have enough coins, so I'm going to actually get the upgrade right here. Hope that we can get something to drop while we get into a room. I feel like we get more value if we can get them to drop inside of the rooms. Let's see what we can get here. Alright, Blood Knight's feeling pretty good now. We're getting some strength. I don't feel like a mushy toothpick fighter right now. I actually feel like I got some damage I could do. Ooh, a frozen essence. Spear Fury now forward dash. I think the pants I'm wearing are 2. Let's actually go with that. We'll put that one on. Just because it's better. And we continue. Ooh, here's some coins too. Next room, let's go take out these blues right off the bat. Man, crush that room. We're going to take the coins. Man, I hate taking coins at that level because they give you so few. The coins that we get are just not plentiful. Howler's Essence. Can I get all these guys lined up? Yeah, we can. Spiteful Essence. And in the equipment rack, Ooh, Spearfield. Let's go with this. 4-star pair of pants right there. I'm not even caring as much what... Look at this. Bunch of upgrades in those pants. I'm not even caring as much what we're getting with the essence changes. It's more just getting those upgrades on pieces of gear. In the shop, Shard of Fortune can be purchased. A 5-star pair of pants. Heal. I'm going with it, baby. I'm going with the 5-star. It's got the shield. It's... Oh, man, I can't afford it. Mother B. We're not there yet. I was excited about that heal and shielding. But we're not getting it. It's just kite. 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 Everything. Okay, Blood Knight's fun. I forgot. It's been a while. Blood Knight is fun. Chestplate, good. Now throws enemies towards... Now, let's try that. First chestplate, but now we have all of our gear intact. I had someone hit me up on Discord the other day talking about negativity in the game and do I still enjoy the game? Figured I'd talk about it right here. Diablo Immortal is my favorite game, man. It's literally the game that I play the most. Not only as like a YouTuber and my channels, but it's the game that I play the most and I enjoy the most. Ooh. Let's grab that. So, have no question about my love for this game. Are there things that could be improved? Of course there are. That's always the case with any game. But I really genuinely enjoy playing it. I think it's a great game, and I think Blizzard's doing good things, and I think there's a lot to come that people may not even know about yet that are going to surprise a lot of people. And we spoke of it yesterday. We spoke yesterday about how Esports in Diablo Immortal is like huge for the game, for all players. For high-level players that want to participate in esports, and for casual players that just want to be able to play for fun. Umbral Lance hits the same enemy 3 times. What do I have for Umbral Lance? Yeah, we'll just go with the coins. I think the game's in a good place going forward. I definitely think that we have a good number of years left with this game before it goes away. Alright, we're gonna upgrade our fortune again.
I was already celebrating.
I was celebrating too, baby. Boss time. I don't have an ultimate, unfortunately. We're doing some... There's the ultimate. Wow. Blood Knight with that ultimate is pretty devastating. All right, look at that. I guess it was only 9 levels this time around. That's my gear. That's my setup. That was weird looking. It took a little to render in. I'll tell you what. He actually looks freaking awesome in this cosmetic. Wow. Looks very good. All right, let's see the rewards that we grabbed out of this, because we definitely got some good rewards. Quick one right there. I like that. First of all, let's see what rewards we grabbed from over here. Chest plate. Helmet. We got another level on Paragon. Pants. Remember, I'm not pushing my Paragon this week because I haven't claimed any rewards for 3 weeks, so I'm still getting a bunch of rewards. Boom. And does it show me? It doesn't show, which I don't have. We're going to go with the Piffle. Okay. Rewards. Very cool. We could go on the Hell difficulty, too. We're not going to do that right now. Ooh, what is this? Willpower. Figures, it's willpower. But we did also just get ourselves some type of reward from here, right? The hunt? Only one. Only one. What else do we have to do? Elite monsters, 500 monsters. We were a little shy. Looks like we're gonna definitely have to do another round of this to make sure that we get the majority of rewards so we can progress this right here, the Wicked Hunt. But at the end of the day, I think that was pretty fun. If you're wondering what cosmetic I'm wearing right now, it is the Reigning Harmony. I have the helm off, but if we want to put the helmet on, that's what it looks like on the Reigning Harmony. I like the look of just my guy. Can we put the back accessory? I didn't have the back accessory on, but now it is. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Wait, that's not my guy's face. Why does he look like that? What happened to my guy's beard and stuff again? They keep changing. I don't understand why this is going on. This is not the look of my wizard. Wait one second. This is my wizard as of yesterday. Check out the face on him. There's a beard on this guy. How come he looks like this now? Why is the cosmetic continuously going back to a default look of the face? This is the second time that it's happened to me. Has this happened to you guys as well? Let me try something real quick. Let's switch to another cosmetic. Nope, same difference. Same darn thing. That is really strange and I don't like it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to equip this. And I'm going to put the helm back on. Because I don't like the look of the generic face. Hope you guys have a great day. Sorry about the casual one today. I just want to have some fun. Peace out, guys. Diablo Immortal's heading in a direction that I never thought that it would, and this is an amazing thing for the game. Now, back when the game had launched, I had many conversations with Blizzard staff, and they had stated that Diablo Immortal will never go in the direction of esports, which for me, being someone that has lived in the world of esports and done a lot of esports casting for multiple titles, I was kind of bummed because I love the opportunity for competitive events, and I also love the opportunity for casting and featuring players that are in this world of Diablo Immortal. But as of events that went on this weekend, this could all be changing. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me fill you in. The Glory and Honor event went on this weekend, which was not only a competitive PvP ranked matchup, which we were expecting because of the recent events inside the game, but it was being cast by two casters, making this a more realistic esports spectacle, which is something that I actually love to see. Let me give you a little bit of a deeper look. As you can see, this weekend, there was the competitive event, and it was being cast by two casters that we saw in that post. What's really cool is there's a spectate mode available here so that they're able to go around and see what's going on in the map and dive into the actual battles that are happening. The quality is pretty rough here because this is from some website over in China, but not only do they just look at gameplay and have the two casters over it, they definitely have some type of a virtual booth set up to give it that real esports feel. Now, I used to work with esports organizations in the past, and I've done virtual events as well as LAN in events and even events such as in stadiums and things like that. And I have to say, although this was a virtual and easier one to put on, it is a great starting point for Diablo Immortal to get into the competitive esports scene. And when I saw this and realized that the level of production that was put into it, which again is not a ton of production, but still investing in the community, investing in the prizes that could be happening and that could be given to players that win these tournaments, I think this is a really great direction for the game, giving a good highlight to any of the PvP events that are going on inside of the game. And as we can see, it had a decent turnout. It had 5,500 people view the event, whether that was live views or if that was live views combined with views after the fact. That's still a good number of players watching a competitive scene, especially for a niche game like Diablo Immortal. So really, as a community of players for Diablo Immortal, whether we are competitive players or whether you're just someone that likes to farm up your character inside of the game and enjoy the PvE elements, this is a very positive thing for the game and could lead to the growth of it over time. Again, esports are always positive for any mobile game. Now, I want to dive into the game quickly. It's Monday. It's the day that everyone gets that Paragon bump. What I'm doing right now, I had a lighter week last week of playing. I'm actually under server Paragon. But with that being said, I haven't collected any of my experience or anything for 2 weeks, and I haven't collected any of my battle points for the past 2 weeks either. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm not going to collect them today at all. I'm going to save all these items. We're at what, 4,000 of 9,600, so about halfway to where we need to be, a little bit less. So after a little bit of grinding throughout the week, I'll be able to get this to 6,000 or 7,000 with a fair week of not crazy grind, and I'll get myself to Server Paragon. Then what's going to happen is when we get towards the end of this right over here, what do we have? 10 days left. In about 9 days, or next Monday most likely, I'll collect all of these rewards, and I'm going to get a massive jump both on my battle pass as well as on my account as well. And some people I've learned over time really do like waiting until the end of the battle pass to collect all the rewards, and to only progress the battle pass through activities and codex activities, or things that you're actually, like these quests right here that'll give you progression on battle pass, but that aren't going to be things that you save like in your activities over here where I'm saving a bunch of my items. So that's just what I'm personally doing on my account. With that said, the Hiltz Trader has refreshed for the day. Make sure you get your Telluric Pearl, start purchasing your normal gems, and of course you have the legendary crests that are for sale for you guys with platinum. For all you free-to-play players, make sure you come over to the crest merchant, pick up those legendary crests on a regular basis, and after you run your Heliquary warband related items tonight, you'll be able to get that purple crest from there as well, which is even nicer because then of course you can always sell that on the market if you're trying to get yourself a little bit more platinum. And as always, you guys know I like to feature a couple of comments from the community. This one from A Johnson 9827 saying, I got 2 blood-soaked jades. I'm happy with it because I use it to upgrade my blood-soaked jade. You can't go wrong getting blood-soaked jade gems, man. It's always a good thing. And what I love about this comment is he wasn't only sharing what he got on his personal account, but he was also lending a hand to a question that came through in that video as well, or in the comment section, saying, regarding the Unbound Seeping Bile, sell it and save up for the gem of your choice. So that was a question that came in the previous video. I love that the community is coming together and just participating in the comments, getting into those conversations. Let's go find another one real quick. And check this one out. We have DK Han Gaming saying, are those legit polls? He was talking about the images that people were sharing on Reddit regarding their 5-star gems from the Mirror Jewels event. He says, are they legit or photo editing magic? I've never saw a duplicate bonus gem over 2 stars. If these are true, that's amazing. And then to make it even better, Sarah comes through and says, I got a duplicate gem that was 3 out of 5 the last Mirror Jewels. And I personally have also gotten Mirror Jewels that are higher in level than the ones that were actually pulled. So if I were to pull a 2 out of 5 star blood-soaked jade, maybe the mirrored one would have been 3, 4, or 5. So it definitely can happen. It definitely is true. Appreciate the question and the response from Sarah. So let's dive into the game today and see what's new. And to be honest with you, there's not much. You have Hope Resurgent, Set Hunter, Wicked Hunt. By the way, I believe Set Hunter, this may just be a staple thing. They continuously are extending this event. There's 10 days left on Set Hunter from now. I can't say that I'm getting insane value from it or anything like that, but I can say it is a nice bonus that you're going to have the odds of getting something that you actually want. For me, that is Skybreakers. Wicked Hunt is still going on. Obviously, Fractured Plane, I still need to do that myself, but that is the event going on there. We have 2 days left for it. Phantom Gallery, which I think was a good one this time around. I've actually heard a lot of positive things come from the community regarding this Phantom Gallery. And of course, Into the Dark Wood, which is where you just do silly things inside of the game that you would normally be doing, and you get yourself the rewards. I love these events because it's those Telluric Pearls, which as you can see, I have 33 out of 40. I'll be getting myself another Colossus Engine gem once I get this done, and I'll be able to get my Colossus Engine to a rank 6, which is going to be really nice. And of course, you can get yourself your legendary crest as well. Don't sleep on these events, guys. Although they're nothing special, there's no activity for you or anything like that, it does let you progress your account, especially if you are one of those free-to-play players. And a lot of talk has been going around regarding the market and the merger of the markets, which is kind of stabilizing pricing of gems inside, at least 5-star gems at this point in time. I have to say, oh my God, look at this one right here. You only got 1 2-star and the rest are 4 out of 5. That's crazy. The Colossus Engine is like a must-have gem inside of the game right now. That being said, it is not a complete global market. As it was said, regions were going to all be pushed together into one market except for China. That is the last that I heard. So the way that I see it, from the knowledge that I have, is we should have two markets, a China market and a market for all of the other regions, which again is stabilizing this, which is actually kind of crazy because there's not a ton of gems in the market. It seems that the Colossus engine is definitely the most desirable right now, and there's only 11 of them available on the market, which is crazy if that is a more global market and not just specific to my region. Now, guys, I hope that you all have a great start to the week. Be good to yourself, be good to your neighbors, and love your family. And I'll see you all back here tomorrow with another Diablo Immortal video. Have a great one, guys. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. Today we have some insane update information. Some really incredible features are coming inside of the game very, very soon. This developer update literally just dropped. I just finished watching the majority of it, and I want to go through it with all of you so we can break down everything that's going to be coming to the game. Now, I'm talking about cosmetic items, I'm talking about PvP features, I'm talking about new zone features. There's so much to unpack here, and I think you guys are really going to be excited about this one. So let's dive right into it. We'll discuss it as we go through. So let's tune on in.
Welcome back to another Diablo Immortal dev update.
Patch 4.1, Flesh Harvest, baby!
Flesh Harvest.
I'm Ryan Quinn, Senior Narrative Designer.
And I'm John Yu, Lead System Designer.
This patch is so exciting and so badass, we're bringing in a whole team of developers to tell you all about it.
That's right, we're diving into the new main quest with an all-new zone, more Albrecht drama, major updates to Cyclo Strife, and so much more.
I'll tell you what, this is the first time I'm actually like, yeah, we need a new zone, we need new campaign. It's been a little while since we've gotten new, new storylines, so I'm excited that we have a little bit more now.
Well, let's not keep the players waiting, John.
All right.
Let's go.
Roll the tape.
Flesh
go.
Harvest is the next chapter in Diablo Immortal's Epic of Madness. And in this patch, we'll finally get to see a shard-born paradise emerge on Sanctuary.
Ooh.
Today I'm joined by Emil Salim, lead artist for Diablo Immortal, to talk all about it.
All right, let's see what he's got to say. While all this is going on, I got my crazy puppy just playing and going nuts behind me. So who knows if I'm going to lose a few wires throughout this video. I'm not sure, but I wanted you to say hi to Cole. It's been a minute since you guys have probably seen him. All right, back to the trailer.
In patch 4.1, you'll be exploring even more of the Charvel Wild Zone. You've been to the Darkened Glade, Moonlit Highland, the village of Orthrop, and the town of High Fork. Now, it's time to step into two new lands, the Boil of Creation and the Wicker Fields.
We're unlocking the Charvel Wilds as a wilderness zone, just like Southern Dreadlands, Ancient's Cradle, and all the rest. You can farm, complete bounties, kill wanted monsters, and participate in a new zone event, where you'll chase a corrupted Fae across the wilderness while it uses its powers to evade you and destroy you. Charvel's Harvest Festival is in full swing in the Wicker Fields, and the atmosphere of revolt we saw in Prince of Freedom is boiling over. A gigantic shardborn hive we lovingly call the Boil of Creation is growing in the Wicker Fields. And Emil, these visuals wound up pretty different from the rest of the zone.
Yep, and that's intentional. You'll notice the color palette shift from natural greens and browns to a reddish hue like that of the Worldstone. Why, might you ask?
It's gotta be Albrecht.
Exactly.
Accompanied by your witch and druid allies, you'll perform a ritual to locate Albrecht in the hive. From there, you'll head out on a dangerous quest to track him down.
And this is where you start seeing the effects of Albrecht and his Shardborn on nature. Twisted vegetation leads into unnatural growth, towering up from the ground, and at the center of it all, the Boil of Creation.
I'll tell you what, I really like that they're kind of switching up the art and they're making the art follow along with the style. It looks like the earth is, if it is even earth, is turning into this like this hell-crept half creature, half, I don't even know, like plant world. I think it looks cool. I like it.
It's fleshy, it's gruesome.
That's the word. I was fleshy. That's what I was looking for.
And as we learn in our playtests, it is objectively sickening.
The art team looked into a lot of organic bodily growth for reference. Things like glands, lumps with pus, pimples, molds. We really like the idea of visualizing these boils as some sort of like a tumor on the natural aspects of Charvel.
That's disgusting.
I know. But you guys wrote it though.
That's true, and I'm not sorry. Dire threats are emerging from Albrecht's paradise, and in this patch, you'll come face to face with the first of them, an all-new, more shardborn than shardborn monster family, the Boilbird.
Now Ryan, if you thought the boil looked gross, these monsters are nasty. This new breed is more intelligent, so they take on a more humanoid form with some grotesque deformities.
As Albrecht's plans for Charval and its people approach fruition, this massive shardborn hive rises to transform the land. You and your allies are Sanctuary's only hope.
It's us. We gotta do it, boys.
Hey guys, can we get into Cyclo Strife?
Hey, John.
Hey!
You want a chair?
Oh man, I'm tired.
All right, so yeah, we knew that there was going to be the new campaign, new storyline. I love hearing about it. I'm going to love playing through it, and I actually really like to hear there's going to be bounties and events and that recurring event that happens in the zone as well. Great start right there. Let's see what we got now for the Cyclist Strife. I know there's a lot of changes for Shadows, Immortals, Battles, and more.
You asked and we delivered. We're making some pretty major updates to Cyclo Strife. Whoa!
Hey.
It looks like I've been summoned! Hi, I'm Richard Mady, Senior Game Designer in charge of metagame features. Here's what we're about to unleash. With the Cyclo Strife, we're aiming to put your personal stamp on the internal war on Westmarch. Over the course of the year, you will see more features geared towards this, starting with clans will now have a banner and sigil, giving each clan more of an identity in the Shadow War. So we look forward to clans rallying around their own banner.
I'll tell you what, simple, but I love this shit. From back in the day of Halo 3 when you could make your own banner and you could like put it on your gear and on your equipment, I always love these silly little things. I think this is a huge way for you to represent a little bit stronger with your clan.
We're also expanding clan management tools to lighten the load on clan leaders and make it easier to keep your
There you
ranks
go, Red
in line.
October.
To address the time commitment of Cycle of Strife, we're making updates and improvements to the assembly by shortening the timers and adding some proactive options to allow players to complete it in a more efficient manner. Raid the Vault is also receiving some quality of life improvements.
So the assembly? That's surprising. Basically, we go to the assembly right now, and 1 second, the dog. Okay, now he's off the wires. Basically, now you go to the assembly, you get your 4 blessings, you bless other people, and you basically gain experience and some rewards from it. It's been like that forever. It's like a little community event. But I wonder what they're going to do to change that, if that's even the assembly they're talking about.
For the Immortals. Additionally, we're adding a new PvE activity for the Shadows with a face-off against challenging bosses solo or with a group of 4, opening a new avenue for Shadow players to contribute to the war efforts.
Love that. I love that they're adding things not only for Immortals, but for Shadows. This is great.
Not bad. Nan, what you got?
What up?
Hey, I'm Nan Zhang, Senior Game Designer in charge of PvP.
Do you guys remember when I had my interview with Nan? It was this one right here. If you didn't watch it, this was right before the Druid came out. You should check it out. I'll actually link this video in the description because he and I got to sit down and have some conversations. It was actually a great experience.
We heard your feedback, and we're making some exciting improvements to the Shadow experience.
Now, notice he said, we heard your feedback. That's because I can guarantee all of you Diablo Immortal team does listen to all the complaints that we have as a community about the game. Let's see what they have to say.
First, Shadow War is getting a major upgrade. We're moving to a new format that aims to deliver improved matchmaking for more competitive battles.
I love that.
So your clan will face opponents with similar performance, and every round will feel more meaningful. We're also introducing Shadow exclusive clothes.
Look at that! Shadow cloaks! I freaking love that idea, man! I think this is great!
Cosmetic rewards that let you show off your clan's progress, and the Legion's Cross Sanctuary. These will be unlocked through our revamped clan rank system, which now offers more ways to earn experience and rewards.
Love it.
We're also streamlining the Shadow contracts to make them faster and more rewarding, so you can spend less time grinding and more time enjoying the game.
Wait a second, who actually does shadow contracts still? I haven't done a shadow contract since my pets can do shadow contracts. So as long as I'm still getting that experience, it's cool with me. Okay, yeah, let's get back to it.
We're excited to see how these changes improve your Shadow journey. Gal, it's over to you.
Good changes.
Hey, I'm Kyle Anderson, and I'm a technical designer on Immortal.
What up, bro?
Basically, I'm the smarter, hairier version to that bald guy. I'm gonna pay for that later. Anyway, we're making it easier to obtain warband remnants by adding them as drops to Heliquary raids that you complete with your warband. Additionally, we're streamlining the remnant selection by removing the warband rooms and allowing you to directly see the remnants from each category and select them. We also have a new legendary gem coming out that we're sure you're gonna want to chase called Haunt Coil.
Another must-have PvP gem. Man, they keep us rolling into these new gems. I'll tell you what, this one looks pretty cool, though.
The new gem is going to be dramatically increasing your survivability in PvP. Speaking of PvP, we have an all-new feature coming out to satiate your bloodlust. War games. Team up with your allies and challenge your rivals in custom PvP lobbies and...
Did you hear that? Custom PvP lobbies. We talked about this the other day, how this is like esport events. If there's custom lobbies, there could be custom tournaments. There could be tournaments with prizes that are built out with esports organizations. This could be something huge. And if even not on that level, this could be something that's just really fun for the game as well.
Sets, allowing you to play PvP on your terms.
Yes.
With the launch of this system, you'll be able to select between Destruction's Call, PvP event from Ancient's Cradle, or the Tower War map and define specific rules for the match. These custom matches support up to 12v12 battles, depending on the map, and have additional open slots to allow spectators to watch.
Literally everything that you need to do competitive play. Spectators, you could change the rules of the matches and the rounds. You could choose who the players are and what requirements are. Literally everything you need to take PvP to the next level.
We can't wait for you to get your hands on this feature and look forward to hearing your feedback.
And as with all updates, we're constantly refining, so check out our patch notes for all the latest details.
Got you covered.
You couldn't
boys.
just let me have the last word, could you?
Thanks so much for tuning in. The story of Albrecht and the Shardborn is far from over. At the year's end, we'll be releasing even more of the Charval Wild Zone. But for now, we hope you enjoyed the new farming, exploration, and story content coming in Flesh Harvest. Read our patch prequel comic, Crimson Mass, if you want to learn even more.
The Cycle of Strife updates are a direct result of player feedback, so thank you for making your voice heard. And we'll see you in hell!
Tell you what, boys. I think this is huge. I think this is a great update. Not only are we getting the new zone and all the new bounties in the new zone, they fixed what the community was complaining about, and I love that. And I think the implementation of the new PvP related items are going to be huge for the game, opening up opportunities, bringing in more players, and really just expanding the life of Diablo Immortal. Now, I have to tell you guys, we have information coming out for you over the next week's time. All update information, more in-depth than what was shared over here. You want to know about the gem? We got you covered. You want to know about what's going on with the new PvP and zones? We got you covered. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can keep you updated on all that information. And as always, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Have a great one at work, good one with your families, and we'll see you back here with another Diablo Immortal video. Welcome back to Diablo Immortal. Today I'm here to share with you guys the details of the 3 new gems coming to Diablo Immortal. We have a new 5-star gem, a new 2-star gem, and a new 1-star gem. And I even have some footage that we found on YouTube that was leaked early, which is actually at the point in time that you're watching this. This should be out from Blizzard as well. So let's go through the details of this new gem. And in the background, I'll just put this little video playing so you can see what it looks like in action. Again, this is the Haunt Coil 5-star gem. And it says, when you deal damage, you have a chance to haunt the enemy for 6 seconds. Haunting an enemy while in offensive stance will cause them to take increased damage from you, and haunting them while in defensive stance causes them to deal reduced damage to you. Additionally, haunted enemies will unleash blasts every 2 seconds, dealing damage to surrounding enemies. Enemies hit by multiple blasts within 2 seconds take 50% reduced damage from subsequent hits. You can't haunt the same enemy more than once every 20 seconds. Now, Blizzard kind of touted this as a gem that is going to be kind of a must-use inside of PvP, and I actually like how this one rotates based off of the stance that you're utilizing. So if you're using a stance that's an offensive stance, you're going to do more damage, and this gem is going to assist in that. and if you're using a defensive stance, you're going to be taking less damage from people that are trying to attack you. The question is this going to become a gem that's a must use and change how everyone loads out their gems? The next gem we could talk about is the Fading Nostrum, and as I have this information, which was given to me a little bit early by Blizzard, there were no images of the 2-star gem or of the 1-star gem. Now, when you're watching this, there may be a blog post that has that information showing those images as well, and if that is the case, I'll have any additional information following up this video tomorrow based off of what went live today, probably around noon. I just wanted to get this to you guys in as timely of a fashion as I could. Fading Nostrum, the 2-star gem, when you take damage, you become warded for 6 seconds, reducing the damage you take from continual damage effects and increasing your chance to block projectiles. Can occur more often than once every 20 seconds. Honestly, this is a nice looking 2-star gem. For free to play and low spenders, a 2-star gem that can help you in PvP, add a little bit of defense and have you take less damage seems like something that could be very valuable to many players. I already have players hitting me up in DMs talking about how this is a gem that they like. Those players are obviously part of the program, the Diablo Partner Program, because Diablo partners get the information a little bit early so that we can then share it with you guys. So far, what do you like better, the 5-star gem or the 2-star gem? Now, we also do have a 1-star gem as well. Let's take a look at that one. And as you would expect, a 1-star gem is quite a bit more simple than a 2 or a 5-star. This one is called Mountain Toe, a 1-star gem. Critical resistance is increased and critical damage taken is reduced. So your resistance to crit is increased and the amount of crit damage that you take is decreased. So we're looking at 3 heavily focused defensive gems that are coming in this update. And remember guys, this is just the beginning. At the end of the day, I think that the update that's incoming that we spoke of in yesterday's video, if you missed it, go check out that video. It gives you all the details of what we can expect from the update. I think that this is a great start. Obviously, we come to expect brand new gems coming to the game. A 5-star, a 2-star, a 1-star. It's a normal expectation that we have when updates are incoming. So these ones do seem cool though. I like that they're sitting on the defensive element of things to enhance survivability inside of the game, specifically inside of PvP. And I also like that it's not only the 5-star that looks desirable. I really think that that 2-star has some desirable elements to it as well. 1-star I'm not as in love with as I am the 2 and the 5, but we'll see how it all goes. Now, I figured we'd hop into the game for a moment. A few things I wanted to touch on. First of all, in my previous video, or actually from 2 days ago, I mentioned that my character, the face and basically all the customizations I did to my character were reset. It seems that it took me rebooting the entire system, basically logging out, swiping out, and then logging back in, and then everything was back and set the way that it should have been. So just wanted to follow up on that. Also, you may notice the armor that I'm wearing right now. I'll throw the helmet on so it maybe looks a little bit more familiar. Don't love the helmet, so I'm gonna again remove it. But let's take a look here. Astride the First Forest armor. Well, this is because my boy and I took care of something yesterday. My boy being Radagon, who basically carried me and a few others through Reliquary Gauntlet Inferno 8, which gives this cosmetic as the reward. Now keep in mind, we got Inferno 7 done a little bit ago. This is class bound to my wizard. The funny thing is, I can't find this weapon on my wizard. Astride the First Forest weapon. And then we have, over here, Astride the First Forest armor. It says they're both on my wizard, yet I can't find it. The only one left to get is the portal, which is going to be extremely difficult no matter what your combat rating is. But I wanted to give a big thanks to Ador for helping me unlock this armor. Wouldn't have been able to do it myself, and it's a free armor for all. The one thing that I wish is that when you unlock these big milestones inside of the game, I wish that the cosmetics were cross-class. Already the cosmetics aren't like extravagant, they're decent, they're more like Battle Pass style cosmetics than Phantom Market style cosmetics, but I would love it if I'd be able to, you know, sport this on any class I wanted to. I think it'll be a nice small change for a reward that a lot of players are proud of, and they may class change and not be able to represent. If you guys are all interested in seeing that run, which was basically me spectating half of it because I died and watched Radagon go through it, let me know. I have it all recorded. I could put that as a video for you guys if you have interest. Again, you'll have to let me know in the comment section below if that's something you want. Which brings me to a comment that I want to feature in today's video, coming from Chayana Santos 8420. These updates make Diablo Immortal like a new game. Finally, after 3 years, the developers realized that the heart of the game is in PvP, and not allow shadows to fight a statue or fight another clan where no one shows up. Very long waited update for the game. Whoever thought of these PvP updates should get a raise, and I can say that I don't disagree with that. Although I do think there's a lot more to the game than just PvP. PvE element inside of all Diablo games is essential. It's massive. It's what the games are built off of. I think Diablo Immortal is the unique bird out of all the Diablo games that has a solid PvP experience. And I love, as well as our boy here, that we are also getting revamps to improve it over time. This is a good thing, and I'm really happy to see that the community's liking it as well. He even got himself a few thumbs up on that comment. And another comment that's kind of similar here from Marvin1300, saying these changes could have a huge impact on the game. Pretty promising. They seem to be going into the right direction. Can't wait to try the custom PvP matches. This could really change the game forever. And there were many other comments that were very similar to this. I'm really happy to see that the community is actually excited about an update. It's been a while, and it's nice to see some positivity amongst the community, which I share with. I think it's going to be great, man. I'm pretty stoked for the update. And those cloaks for the shadows as well, I think that's huge for some players that maybe will never be immortals. It's a big win. Now, inside of the game today, we had a few new things drop. Scent Hunter still going on. We have Wicked Hunt. Winds of Fortune has come back. Check that out, huh? Duration 1 day. Remember, once you start it, you have 24 hours from that start. I'm going to run this on Monday. It's going to be a fresh week. I'm going to have spent, I'll show you in a moment, but I'm going to have spent all of the points that I'm saving. More details on that in just a moment. But this I'm going to say for Monday. Monday is usually a fairly big day for me playing. I run Heliquary with the guys at night. So it's a good time to get those double rewards. A good time to just catch yourselves up. Plus, on a Monday, the server has just jumped another 10 levels. You'll get more rewards. I recommend doing double rewards on a Monday. That's just me. Phantom Gallery still in the house. We have Warping of the Wilds. A couple of rewards along the way, including some rare crests, another Telluric Pearl, which I'm getting very close to having 40 of, and another legendary crest. Basically, you have simple tasks: kill monsters, log in, share the event, all those things, and you could progress through this. Actually, sharing the event is pretty easy. I think you could just click the button and save that right there, and then I think you get that reward. Yeah, you do right there. You save it, and then if you want to, you throw it over on X or something and share it with your friends. And Into the Dark Wood is still going on. You probably claimed all your rewards, but I'll tell you what, you're going to want to do the Elder Rifts. You're going to want to get the gold. You're going to want to do these because they give you that battle pass progression. And for someone like myself, as I had stated just a moment ago, I'm not collecting any of my rewards. I'm holding them all until Monday, and I've been holding them now. This is week 3. So I'm saving all my battle point rewards, and it has been a slower time inside of the game for me. I haven't been grinding the way I typically do. We're still above Server Paragon level. I'm going to claim all of these, and I'm going to claim everything that's over here as well. All my assembly rewards and all of that stuff, my prediction rewards. These are all experiences that I'm going to drop on Monday. Even, look at this, my Winds of Fortune from earlier this month. All of these rewards, they are going to slam my battle pass, and they are going to slam my experience. Check this out. The Winds of Fortune, I collected my rewards on the 3rd, and now it's the 18th. So 15 days ago, the last one ended, and now we have another one, which is pretty awesome. I don't know that we've seen something that soon as far as Winds of Fortune goes in the past. Either way, I'm really excited to see that a lot of people are excited about what they heard in the update. There's a lot more information coming, and it's going to be scattered throughout the next few days. What you're going to want to do is subscribe to the channel, so when I have that information first, I can make sure that you get it and hear it first yourselves. Hope you have a great day, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to Diablo Immortal. Although some of the information we're about to talk about today for this incoming update has been leaked, I have the information here from the official source. Everything that you're seeing inside of this video has been confirmed and given the stamp of approval by Blizzard. What we're looking at here are the patch notes that are going live today. I got them a little bit early so I could prepare this video. You may want to see what's in the real patch notes as well, because there could be additional images and things like that. I'll be sure to cover all of that on the channel anyways as it hits, so make sure you subscribe. Let's dive into this one. This update is dropping on September 25th, and there are some insane changes coming to Diablo Immortal, a lot of which are coming to PvP and different features inside of the game that you guys really may love. So let's start right here. A new quest in the fully released Charvel Wilds. Now, some of the information we're about to see here, we did hear teased inside of the interview that Blizzard did with all of the developers talking about the incoming update. Let's get into this. In the Flesh Harvest, you'll travel to the spiritual center of Breadbasket of Charvel, the Wicker Fields, a sacred part of the forest now beset by revolution and corruption. You'll confront hideous new enemies and the horrifying transformation Albrecht has planned for Sanctuary with the Boil of Creation, a massive shard-born hive. At long last, you'll be able to explore, complete bounties, and slay monsters in several of Charvel's subzones, including the township of Highfork, the village of Othrop, the Moonlit Highlands, the Darkened Glade, and the Wicker Fields. Prepare yourself, Defender of the Wilds. Now, I read this out in full because this is where the lore comes in, right? The lore of Diablo Immortal that goes along with this zone, and I know that there's a lot of story that goes with it as well. Basically, what we're hearing here, new zone, new bounties we could do inside of those zones, so it will be something that we're continuously going to. But you probably already know that if you saw my video the other day where I was talking about and watching over the update video that was shared by Blizzard. Let's go into the Cycle of Strife improvements. Lots of things here for Shadows and Immortals. We're shaking up the Cycle of Strife in a big way, making your fight more intense and quicker to complete. We're going to take a quick look at a few of the new changes, with far more to be revealed in our next major content blog. So nice to see that they are keeping in mind events that go on inside of the game that may need a little bit of spice. They're looking to do that. All right, Shadow War changes. They're changing how the matchup and face up against other clans in Shadow Wars. I think this is much needed. Moving forward, clans will complete in 2 matches per week, earning points for each match that they win. Moving away from the traditional bracket, this means there will be no eliminations, and clans will be matched against other clans with similar point totals, which is great because this means without elimination, people just can always get involved in two Shadow Wars per week, which is more fun. The top 10 clans with the highest scores at the end of the tournament will be greatly rewarded, with clans who finish from 11 through 20 earning hearty rewards as well. Remember, this is per server. We recognize that as the Swiss tournament style, the system has been used in tournaments around the world in sports, games, and much more. While the tournaments may start with higher and lower skilled clans facing off, which happens now anyways, as matches progress, the system is known to even out and result in more appropriate matches. So essentially, everyone gets matched together in the beginning. You may be going against someone that will slaughter you, but then as time goes on, you'll be matched with people that have the same win-loss record as you, and they'll become more competitive and more fun. I love this. I think this is a good change for Shadow Wars, and I like that there's going to be 2 a week. That's cool. Now we got Rally Your Clan and Earn Fabled Shadow Cloak. I love that there's a Shadow Cloak. Now, it shouldn't be as cool as the Immortal Cloak, because being an Immortal is a pedestal that shouldn't be competed with, or shouldn't have any competition. But here, band your allies together to bear the mark of your legend, a Shadow Cloak wreathed in smoke and starlight. As your clan levels up based off your deeds of valor within the Cycle of Strife, Shadow Cloaks are unlocked at set ranks, growing in magnificence as your clan gains momentum. Question is, are we going to any of the progress that we've had as a clan? Like, my clan has been alive since day 1 for 3+ years now. Is there any progress we've already made towards the Shadow Cloaks, or do we have to start everything fresh? Or are we starting on, from when this update starts? Tasks have also been simplified to make leveling easier. For instance, we've removed the Right of Exile as a clan focus option, as it's too unpredictable. Similarly, contract tasks were reduced to match vault chest levels, which now requires fewer players while granting better rewards. Again, happy to see that they're making changes to existing systems inside of the game. This is huge, really good for the game overall. Carve through Akiba's Ordeal. We're adding a new way to earn marks for Shadow Clans during the Cycle of Strife. Slay your way through Akiba's Ordeal, a 4-player Shadow Clan exclusive fight where you'll need to strike down 2 bosses to emerge triumphant. I like that it's bosses. I like that it's more of a PvE style thing instead of PvP. This is cool. Completing Akiba's Ordeal rewards marks of Akiba, strengthening your Shadow Clan during the Cycle of Strife. Let's go. Again, great changes to shadows. I love that there's going to be cloaks. Anything that's cosmetic like that, I always welcome, especially when it's something you could earn for free. Now, we did talk about the new legendary gems in yesterday's video. I don't need to go over this again. If you missed that, go check out my video from yesterday where I completely break down the 3 new legendary gems: 5-star Haunt Coil, 2-star Fading Nostrum, and 1-star Mountain Toe, which I find to be a really funny name. But there is more, and let's start with some of the familiar improvements. The most stalwart companion is receiving a whole set of improvements. Conversion changes. After converting your familiar, you can decide whether to keep one of the material familiars for a conversion result, This should reduce the risk of losing more power from familiars through converting. This applies to aberrant conversion using conversion stones. Man, the system for familiars, I'm very happy that they're trying to streamline it, but it is just wonky as heck. Most players don't understand how it works, and I don't know. It's just a bit of a pain. Let's see what the conversion output is. There have been slight changes to what passive aberrant familiars receive when converting. To better match actual player demand, aberrant familiars will be more often receive fewer rare passive skills. Here we have a developer's note. Previously, during normal conversion, there was a high probability that an aberrant familiar would be generated with multiple rare passive skills, like 5 or 6. However, most of these aberrant familiars are not kept, but instead used as materials for aberrant conversions, which is true. For this purpose, having fewer rare passive skills is actually preferable. More rare skills increases their market price, making them harder to sell and becoming less useful as material for most players. We'll see how this plays out. I'm honestly not 100% sure how that's going to look, but we'll have to see. To address the issue and better balance market supply and demand, we've adjusted the probability distribution of passive skills on aberrant familiars generated from normal conversion. What they're trying to say is, rather than aberrant familiars having multiple skills that people may want, where you could buy many of these pets because they all have all of these skills, they're going to be more fine-tuned. Less of them are going to have all the skills, so more people may be inclined to buy your thing that's for sale in the market because there's going to be less of that general large availability. That's my thought there. Change doesn't affect the overall drop rate of aberrant familiars, only the distribution of the passive skills. Okay. Improved trading rules. The familiar shop will now display the next time the wares refresh, making it a bit easier to plan. Within the first 10 seconds after the store refreshes, purchasers will go through a bidding process, preventing players from instantly grabbing the lowest price familiars. Additionally, the highest price that a familiar with 1 legendary skill or less has been updated to make the price more accurate and easier to sell in turn. The freeze period following a familiar trade has also been extended. All right. Now, there's going to be another blog post that I'm going to be covering here on the channel, hopefully early, on September 23rd. It's going to be bringing us more details of what we're going to be seeing in this update, because this, my friends, is not it. There is even more. I think the biggest things here, like, yeah, the familiar change is cool. I don't think that anyone's going to be getting super excited over that, but I do like that they're continuously trying to simplify that process. I think that things for shadows right here is going to be really big. Shadow War changes, the ability to get yourself a cloak, and the Akiba's Ordeal, just how this is all going to play, I think is going to be a lot of fun for many players. And when you think about it, most players who play Diablo Immortal are shadows, or, well, they're running around as adventurers. So let me know what you guys think from the details of this update today. Let me know down in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe. Remember, guys, I appreciate all of you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Diablo Immortal. I hope you're having a great start to your weekend and a great Saturday morning. I want to talk to you guys about a few topics that are being discussed on the forums and on Reddit, as well as dive into Diablo Immortal today. But before I do, I wanted to talk to you about one thing. Now, there have been a lot of people that have been asking me how they could support me on my channel, and it's a pretty simple thing. Obviously, everyone thinks donations through live streams or becoming a member, which when you do, I really do appreciate it. We have tons of members in the channel, and that's basically supporting me to the next level, so thank you. But for those of you that don't want to spend any money or who don't have any money to spend, a way that you could support me is through this QR code right here. What this does is it downloads Raid Shadow Legends, and let me show you something. I have a YouTube channel that is focused solely on Raid Shadow Legends, and this is a sponsored endeavor. And if I don't get enough downloads, enough people to play the game, this could come to an end. This has been going on for a year and a half, and the channel's been doing okay. But I would really love it if we can get some more downloads to keep the client happy, Raid Shadow Legends happy. I absolutely love the game. Whether you want to play the game or whether you just want to support me by downloading it and mess around inside of the game a little bit, anything can help. I appreciate you guys so much if you decide to, and if not, that's cool too. Now let's talk more about Diablo Immortal. First thing I want to mention are the shadow cloaks. I mean, I love cosmetics and I love looking cool inside of video games. We have a look right over here from the Reddit post that was brought over from the Chinese patch notes or from somewhere that showed the 3 different stages of cloaks for shadows. This is the beginning. I would anticipate that we get more and more stages of this as time goes on. I don't think that they are incredible looking. The initial cloak just looks like a rag hanging from the back. This next one starts to get this sparkly purple stuff towards the bottom, and then the final one looks the best. I would like these to look a little bit better, a little bit more glistening and sparkly and just noticeable. But hopefully that comes with time as we get more and more renditions of it. Either way, I think we're heading in the right direction with cloaks, supporting shadows, because to be honest with you, so many people are shadows inside of the game. Not as many people get to experience the life of immortal cloaks. In other news, we had all of the competitive events that went down in China. We talked about that in the previous video, how esports is coming to Diablo Immortal and how this is a huge thing. I don't need to read through all of this, but it was really cool how over in the Chinese blog for Diablo Immortal, they did a nice job breaking down all of the matches, sharing how all of these went and what happened inside of the battles, and showing some of the highlights from the event. This is something that's really important in supporting the game, supporting these types of events, and I was really happy to see that this is going on over in China, and that we're really not only highlighting the event, but highlighting the individual players and how well they did inside of the event. This is something that I would love to see that would come on over here to North America as well. And I do think we're heading in the right direction for that. But I just wanted to share that the support that's being done here regarding esports has been done really well over in China. And let's talk a little bit about Platinum to change names and buy cosmetics. We have Rebecca here saying, many members of my clan suggest this change. It'll be great if we can change names easier and exchange cosmetics in the market. Then we have our boy Meteor Blade, who is in the forums all the time, very, very supportive of the forums. He says, currently, Blizzard earns real money for renames and cosmetics, and your suggestion is for them to change that to a currency that literally is giving away to every player daily. It doesn't seem like he's in favor of this, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts, and I'd love to know yours as well too. Do your clan members have any explanation for why they think Blizzard should actively choose to end a revenue stream? And to be honest with you guys, I don't think this is a good idea. You know, people complain about different ways to pay inside of games, the whole pay-to-win argument that's been going on forever inside of mobile games, but this is not a pay-to-win mechanic. This is, if you want to, you get your name for free, and if you want to change it, you have to pay a couple of bucks to change your name. Or if you want some type of cosmetics, you can then buy them with money. That's how they make money. I think allowing that with Platinum is just not wise. First of all, it's not going to happen. Blizzard's not going to start utilizing Platinum to buy cosmetics. Maybe, I mean, you could get some cosmetics. I mean, if we take a look at me inside of the game right now, the cosmetic that I'm wearing, I got from doing Heliquary Gauntlet 8, right? So this was as it loads in slow. This was a free cosmetic that came from the game for participating. We do get free cosmetics throughout updates and things like that that happen in Diablo Immortal. I think that paying for cosmetics with Platinum would not help the game in any way, and it would help a very small niche of people. I think that if you want cosmetics, I mean, spend $5 on the Battle Pass and support the game so that you're spending $60 a year, getting yourself 12 cosmetics and all of those other rewards. I think that's the way to go. I think that they're actually quite generous on the types of cosmetics you can get from the Battle Pass. If you spend $5, you get a cosmetic bound to that class. I mean, it's been 3 years already. We got 36 cosmetics, and even if you change class, they're most likely spread across multiple classes. I think using Platinum is a bad idea. It won't help the game in any positive way. Again, as players, we really should want the game to be successful and to make money, because if it makes money, it's going to keep on living. But Meteor Blade is not done there, because he goes on to say this about name changes, which I also agree with him on. He's responding to Rebecca where she said it'll be great to see if we can. It would be great if we could change names easier. He says, I've been Meteor Blade since day one of this game going live. It's the name I've used in games for well over 2 decades at this point. Meteor Blade is me. I am Meteor Blade. I always find it weird when people want to rename their heroes. If you're a well-known brand, why would you change your name of it unless you're trying to escape something associated with the old name? Another great point. I've been Echo Gaming in video games for the past 5 years. My old handle actually used to be Echo Through Me, which was my it was my handle when I started playing Xbox 360, playing Gears of War. Echo Through Me. Started a YouTube channel with that title and realized that that name was kind of difficult for YouTube, so I switched it to something a little bit more easier to remember, Echo Gaming, and that's what I now use as my character names in every single game that I possibly can. If Echo Gaming isn't available, I'll go with Echo. If Echo's not available, I'll go with Echo Through Me. But it's all in the same thing, and I don't change my names either. I like to be known for who I am inside of the game, or at least represent as that name. But there are some people, friends that I have on Discord, they change their names and icons on Discord and in games all the time. Sometimes you can't even keep up with who they are because they keep name changing. And then how the hell do you know it's even them anymore, because they name change and change their icon? On Discord, I've had the same icon since day one and the same name since day one. So I agree here with Meteor Blade. That's all I'm trying to say. So let's dive back into the game. We did have one event drop today, that being Hungering Moon. Remember, for Hungering Moon, you grab your blessings, you activate your blessings, and then you basically get your free rewards. A lot of this is from running dungeons and things like that. So make sure that you're doing that, and of course, make sure you're getting all of the free rewards. Pretty easy one right here. Get yourself a bunch of normal gems, all these resources, but what we love here, Telluric Pearl, I'm 34 out of 40, and another legendary crest. As it sits right now, by the way, looking at legendary crests, how many are we sitting on right now in my bag? We have 78 and 11, so we have 89 legendary crests right now, almost ready for a 100 legendary crest run. But if we come over here as well, let's take a look and see how much longer are these drop rates. Only 3 days actually for these drop rates. So I have to decide, do I want to go with this drop rate where I can get myself the Blood-Soaked Jade? Or do I want to just not and wait until the next time that comes around, or go with standard drop rates? It may actually be a good idea to run my legendary crests while we have those drop rates, because at least I'm getting a gem that I could utilize on my account. Blood-Soaked Jade is one of the best. The one that I'm actually actively trying to upgrade now is my Colossus Engine. I'm trying to get it to a rank 6. My Blood-Soaked Jade is already at a rank 6. And if we take a look at gems, I'm sitting on 1 Blood-Soaked Jade. I'm sitting on 1 Colossus Engine. But I do have these gem chests that we got from the event, being able to select 1, 2, 3. I could choose Colossus Engine gems. These are for 2-star gems right here. So yeah, man, these are just all gear chests that I have a ton of that I just haven't used, which is actually crazy. So that's what's going on inside of the game today. I got to run a few dungeons and catch up. Not dungeons, I'm sorry. I have to run a couple of bounties and catch up with those. And I've actually been getting the urge a little bit to switch back to the Barbarian and just see what the Barbarian is looking like and playing like right now. Although I do still love the Wizard, and I know that our boy the Wizard here is actually pretty strong in the meta right now. So, again, guys, thank you so much if you decided to support me by downloading that Raid Shadow Legends game, whether you decide to play it or not. Share it with your friends and family. Download it on your friends' or your kids' iPads as well. It just does help me, and I can actually see the numbers of people that download the game. So if you are able to support, I appreciate it. It could save me that sponsorship, which could very well be coming to an end, which would be devastating for me. So I shouldn't say it's not devastating, but it would suck. But I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend. If you want to know what I'm doing, let me give you a little bit of an update. Last night, my son had a baseball game. He pitched and caught. He did great. Tonight, he has a football game. We are playing, well, another team. We won't share what that team is at 6 o'clock p.m. under the lights. I'm excited about it. Man, hopefully it goes well. We're 0-2. Tough group we have of very, very new players. So I just try and grow these players as young men, have them fall in love with the game of football, and we work on that every single day. And then on Sunday, pretty casual day. We may go apple picking, which should be fun. Maybe we'll see some family as well. Hope you guys enjoy your family, enjoy your weekends. I'll see you guys in the next one.